podcast for you. You'll get golf tips and news, off the tour, the review. Come and join us, have some fun.
Hey everybody, welcome to podcast 31 of 2010, Paul and Pat's podcast again, and we're here in Amsterdam. So, cheers, Pat. Right. Anyway, so we're doing a golf event here at Amsterdam with Canon, and as you can see, I've been enjoying the cultural aspect of the city, and Pat's been, well, you know, enjoying himself as well. And we're here at Goya Golf Club this week, and we're doing an event. We've got 3 golf pros who have been observing. We've got a few chats. We've got a few little excerpts here for you to have a look at. And I'd asked Patrick some questions, but I don't think he's in a mood to really give us any serious answers. So Santiago's with us as well. We've been having a look at the golf course and looking at the way the pros hit some shots. So we've prepared a little film for you, and have a look at this, and we'll be back later. Pat? See you later.
It's just that little chip here now to the green, right there. That was his drive, it's par 4, so got a good birdie chance. He probably will take a sandwich, I guess.
Dus dat probeer ik over te slaan en hem op het kort gemaaide te laten landen. Waardoor ik meer weet hoe die reageert. En op dit lange gras, hobbelig, weet ik niet wat hij gaat doen. Dus ik probeer hem op de rand van de green te laten landen. En hem dan lekker uit te laten rollen naar de hol.
He's trying to land on the green, spin it and see what happens. Very good. So Paul and Santiago talking about something.
PGA Tour is not really.
Paul, explain what you.
Yeah, we were just we've just seen. Look at those shots over there, Pat. Just that's where Joost Luiten and Robert Jan Derksen have hit their ball.
You see
and,
it there?
yeah, they're very close to the flag. And the sound of the strike sounded so cool. So you know, having our official scientific expert with us today, Mr. Mari, I thought I'd ask him, you know, why I don't get that sound, and he basically said that I hit it shit, and that's why it doesn't sound like that. But you were talking about the angle of attack on the ball being the key factor.
I mean, it's very different when you see like good ball striker, like somebody like Nick Price, or I've always liked Nick Price as an example for a great ball striker. Just the angle of attack is always so much better. You know, they will always pick up the ball clean first, but yet still have a steep enough angle that the club won't dig in, would it?
So you're talking about, I mean, if you. So the problem will be most people have a too steep angle of attack or too shallow, or
No, I think it's just the actual moment of impact.
all right,
The moment of impact. I think that's the difference. Where, for instance, you know, you're saying that you hit it solid, and you do hit it solid, but it doesn't sound the same.
I do.
But I think it's more.
It doesn't sound the same. That's what I'm talking about.
The moment of impact, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah, no, it's the quality of the strikes. I'm sure it's hitting it out of the middle, but and then we were saying it's interesting how on the Biz Hub things, you know, the slow motion stuff, how often you can see that they actually hit it in the downswing a little bit too.
Yeah, and
everybody, you know, everyone else is trying to hit it in the upswing.
Yeah, I mean, with the drivers especially, everybody wants to hit it on the upswing, and it's a percentage. Like on LPGA, the average is 3 degrees upright on the upswing, which makes sense. That's how they hit it long. Senior Tour is about 1 degree from the upswing, and the PGA Tour is about 1 degree on the downswing.
So there's no real ideal, depending on your dynamics, I guess.
Well, if you look at it, it does make sense, because some of the guys on the PGA, distance is not really a factor, is it?
No, well, it's not their key factor.
No, they hit it long enough. They're actually more concerned in trying to hold that fairway, so they prefer a little bit more spin. Spin is always going to be a bit high, just for them to actually hold the fairways a bit more and maybe not get that ball to hit and run. LPGA, they need those extra things.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a big
as in the senior tour.
Yeah,
oh, that's cool.
As well.
Okay, it doesn't quite explain why I hit it terrible, but we'll get to that.
Moment, I think it's a moment, really.
Look at the swing, that might be the problem. So we're always impressed on the hit, aren't we?
We're what, sorry?
The strike. We're always
ik hoor weinig vingers zie ik. Zijn er mensen
as soon as the Dutch people start going away and we can understand what we're saying. I mean, there's a good example of the strike again.
Achter die leert u hier
know what I mean? If you look at where those guys are at the bottom, you can't see it now because the people are walking over there. But I mean, obviously, Martin's shot was sort of
ja, het ritme, hè? Ja.
Well, dodgy to say the least.
Opvallend.
But you know, still for amateur golfer quality, you know, I mean, he's got a birdie putt. I mean, he might make it. You know, it's what, 15 feet or whatever, a little bit longer maybe. But you know, the other two are really close. And you know, and what are they here? Like, you know, maybe 100 yards or something. You know, so 90
Probably
meters.
less, yeah.
And I mean, that's a bad shot for them being that far away. So why are tour pros so good with wedges, and why? And probably we know the answer to that. So even so, the better answer is why aren't amateurs? Why aren't amateurs, in your opinion? Why aren't amateurs any good? Why would they miss the green completely?
Do you? Well, I think, you know, I don't think amateurs, most of them actually realize how good you can get at this area and how important this area is it?
You think that's the case? It's just really a case of, listen, guys are, I mean, Martin Lefevere's pissed off there because his ball's actually 15 feet away and not stiff.
Yeah, exactly.
From 100 yards, where so many golfers have really big problems. I mean, is it just a case of seeing that and thinking, listen, this is how good you can be?
Yeah,
You should practice this until you get as good as that.
I think so. I think what just if you actually realize how important they are, you should give them a little bit more time, don't you think? I mean, how many people do you see on the range actually working on their hitting wedges?
Well, I mean, you know, we were preparing for our presentation with advanced putters, who are obviously the best putters in the world, by the way, and their wedges are going to be pretty awesome as well.
Yeah, they will be.
So make sure you check that out. And the thing is, you know, you can get wedges now to suit you.
Yeah, exactly.
And we were talking about, you know, short game 60% of the game.
Yeah.
And I guess it's sort of, you know, probably mainly putting, but wedge play's got to be 25% of golf.
Yeah, exactly.
And like you said, who practices 25% of the time pitching?
Yeah, I mean, you just don't see that. I mean, so many factors. Like you can see in Martin's shot, you could actually, if you really were to get technical in it, you can see how the heel actually caught up a bit, and that's where his divot was actually not very good. So it actually, the ball came a little bit low and left, and then too much spin, it came back up.
So in that situation, what would you know? I mean, would you be wanting to look at his wedge and think, is there something on his wedge?
I mean,
that
if there's a tendency, definitely, yeah. If you see him hit 20 shots and I'd say more than half of them did that, then I would probably actually look at that. And it's a tendency. I don't know if this is the first time we actually see him hit a wedge today. But we'll probably see him hit one in the next hole. And if that's the case, then I would probably recommend maybe you might want to look into your bounce a little bit or something like that. Because his shot there was actually not very crispy, was it?
No, it wasn't. No,
the other two guys, you can tell the difference.
Yeah. Well, we were just saying about strike quality being, you know, really impressive on wedges. So I mean, obviously, so that's our tip for Martin Lefevere. Get an advanced wedge coming out soon. Watch the space.
So we just looked at the problem why the shots from Martin didn't work so well, and you can see right here the ping wedges, so that's the problem right there. They need to be either Vokey wedges or in the future maybe advanced wedges.
Jacket.
Pretty good, isn't it?
It is.
It doesn't soak in.
It doesn't soak in. That's amazing.
See, and then you just shake it like this, and it's gone.
It all comes off. Amazing. And that's from the company
Cross.
I see. And you like those?
It's really good. It's really good.
Hey, should people just buy those?
Yeah, you should only buy Cross waterproofs. They're the
What an
best.
amazing coincidence. Santiago's wearing Cross too.
That's straight on dry.
Yeah. Good job.
Perfect.
So some interesting stuff there. It's always nice to have a talk with Santiago about these things. And Pat? Right. Anyway, I'm sure Patrick will be back to sober state next week, or maybe next month at least anyway. So we're having a good time in Amsterdam, as you can see, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.